Progress. Sorry. Okay, so for those of you watching the recording, tonight's class is called Better Than Botox. I'm so excited you're here. My name is Jessie. We're gonna have a blast. We're gonna do a lot of fun things. And like I was telling people before I started recording, I haven't taught this specific class before. So I was trying to think about like the flow of the class. And so give me feedback too as we go through this. If you're like, hey, Jessie, maybe you do this before, you know, because I think it'd be a really fun class to do again down the road. Because maybe after the class, you're like, hey, and you want to invite friends to join or whatever it may be. So, or a part two, because tonight we're not covering all the things, but we're gonna get there. And I'm just super excited that we're here. Oh, and I did want to remind you too, before I forgot, just a quick plug, doTERRA's having their sale tonight. That is, or tonight, it goes through tomorrow, the back to school sale. So just check that out if you haven't already. Okay, so there you go. All right, let me share. I'm going to share some slides with you. I'm going to like share for a bit, and then I'm going to like stop sharing, and then we'll go back and forth. Okay, but I love this quote. Do you guys all see it, or do you see my notes? I'm seeing thumbs up. Okay, because you know, Jessie, I sometimes share my my notes. Okay, I love this quote from the 5 a.m. Club. It's one of my absolute all-time favorite quotes, because we all got to start somewhere, right? And especially as we're talking about skincare, like you don't need to do it all. Like one of my goals for you is at the end of this class, you're going to have one, maybe two things that you can start incorporating tomorrow into your skincare regime. Get those established into your regime, and then you can start habit stacking, you know, like once you got whatever it is, maybe it's moisturizing your face every night after you wash it. Once that's an established habit, then you can like toss in another habit. Okay, so I don't want you to feel pressure to do it all. I'm going to share some things with you, some of my favorite stuff I've been using lately. There's more we can talk about down the road, because there's a lot that you can do. There's something I'm really excited about trying down the road called a solar wave. I've learned about that when I was doing my research, but hey, but skincare, it can be a can of worms. There's so much that we can just look at through doTERRA that it's going to be like, I'm going to show you a bunch of doTERRA stuff. There is some other like non-doTERRA stuff too. And then as we're doing this as well, I'm going to recommend that you like thinking of gua sha. We're going to be doing that here in a second. Like there's so many different YouTube videos and tutorials out there about gua sha. My recommendation is to pick like one account that you're going to follow, and just because there's so many things out there, just be laser focused. Okay, but my quote, I got sidetracked. Small daily seemingly insignificant improvements when done consistently over time yield staggering results. So good. Okay, so just I want to remind you about that. Start small and get consistent about it. Okay, at the end of class tonight, we're going to be doing a raffle. We've got I've got a bottle of Copaiba we're going to raffle off for anyone that sticks with me till the end. Tea Tree Touch, a bottle of birch. I've been hoarding my birch, and I realized I need to share. You guys, we can't buy birch. It's like one of those that like different times doTERRA's had it. It's so wonderful. But I realized I've got a couple bottles. I can share one. And then 20 doTERRA dollars. That, okay, so we've got that. All right. So I want to give you first a little bit of background on my skin story. I have a few pictures I'm going to show you. I even tried to, I did reach out to a doctor that I worked with when I was in my 20s. That I went and got some treatments with her, because I'm going to stop sharing skin. I want to see you guys, and then I'll go back to the pictures. But just a little bit of background on me and my skin story. So like through growing up, and my mom's on, she can say if I'm like being truthful or not, but I didn't really have, like in high school, my skin was, I remember having zits, because I remember like my mom pinning me in the corner and like popping a zit or something. But it wasn't like a ton, but I do have memories of that. So thanks, Mom. But then, it was in my college year, actually end of college, in my 20s, when my skin, and I got the cystic acne. And so what did I do? I didn't have doTERRA. And so I ended up using Accutane twice, which this isn't a class about the dangers of Accutane, but it's one of those things like, if I could do it over again, I wouldn't do Accutane, but I did. When we know better, we can do better. But one of the things with Accutane is you had to be on 2 forms of birth control. One was accepted as abstinence. The other one, I had to be on birth control. And so one of the things with birth control is I got really intense melasma, or some people call it pregnancy mask, which that's one of the pictures I'm going to show you. I just had, like, especially in the summer when I got tan, I just had these intense brown spots all over my body. I mean, especially my face. And I still have it a little bit, more on my neck. But when I think about it, when I do skincare, I've just like done this. I forget about my neck. So that's one of the things tonight. Don't forget about your neck. You need to take care of that too. And so I'm going to share my screen with some of my pictures. But the doctor, I reached out to her because so many of those pictures from that time of my life, it wasn't digital. It was like on film or on CDs. And so I reached out to her and I was like, is there any way I can get access to those old pictures? And so she wasn't able to get them for this class, but she's looking for me. So maybe down the road, I'll have more pictures. Okay, so this is, and I don't know if you were to zoom in, depending if you have that speaker view set up, like you can probably see like how, I mean, I'm tan, but you can see those spots. I mean, they're bad, like quality pictures. And so this was in 2013. I was pregnant with Lucas. So when you're pregnant, your pregnancy mask can get even more intense is one of the things that can happen. And this was shortly after Lucas was born. Lucas is my oldest son. So, I mean, you can see it cystic, like there's some big zits there and stuff. You guys, it was way worse. I just haven't tracked down pictures yet. Okay. So I was very like, I was desperate. Like I was a high school teacher. I didn't want to be having, cystic acne. I'm not someone that wears makeup every day if I need to. I mean, I'll do it, for a special occasion, but I didn't want to leave the house without makeup on. Like I was at that point. And so enter doTERRA, and I'll share with you guys some of the stuff that I am convinced was huge for my skin health. So then these pictures, I feel like they're mug shots. So this was like a little challenge I did for myself last spring. And I did gua sha, I did derma rolling, and then, like essential oil serums. And I feel like you can see like in my jaw line or whatever you call that, like I feel like I can see a difference. I mean, there's still lines on my forehead in the pictures, but there's that. Okay, so then this is another picture that I did, a couple with frownies. So frownies are what I have on. And if I had your phone or your address, did you guys get something in the mail for me, like a little card with a little brown triangle? Have you guys gotten that yet? If you haven't, I mailed it this week. And so it's a frownie that I mailed you so you can practice. I would recommend practicing it on your 11s right here. So frownies, they're just like a quick little plug about them. They're super fun. It's like, I'm going to take off you've seen the pictures here. So it's like basically a cast, and there's different ones for your face, but I do my forehead. And can you guys see this? And so the idea, I mean, this is one of the most natural, closest things to Botox that you could get, because our wrinkles, I mean, there's two different types of wrinkles, and some, like I'm a very expressive person when I talk, and so like I'm like okay with some wrinkles, like laugh lines, but I've been just noticing, because I'm 43, I've got some pretty intense like train tracks on my forehead, and these are called your 11s right here. And so I was like, let's try this. And my mom and I have been doing it together, and it's been really fun. But it's basically retraining your muscles. So let me go, I'm going to share the screen again, and then we're going to take this off and we're going to start doing some stuff. So you can see May 6th at night, right before I put them on. And then in the morning, May 7th, when I took them off. I mean, can you guys see? I mean, it's different. But then throughout the day, because you're expressive, like your body goes back to what it knows. But still, like after a month on June 3rd at night, like I can see from like May 6th to June 3rd, like they're not as deep. I don't know if you can tell that or not. I forgot to take a picture June 4th in the morning when I took them off because one of the things that they recommend with frownies is do it for every night for 30 days. So you can see the results. And then it's sort of like maintenance. So like 3-4 times a week. So we're going to take them off. And so if you guys decide that you want to do them, if you ever did those like Biore strips, I totally did those, but you can just peel it off. And I'm going to try and get really, like there's still, the light is so wonky. Like there's still some wrinkle, but I 100% can tell you they're not as deep. So I don't know. I'm like trying to get my forehead really close for you guys. Let me try and turn off this. I don't know. They're not as deep as in the picture, right? So with the frownie that you got in the mail, and if you don't get it by tomorrow, let me know. But because I'm pretty sure I had most people's address. So you just get the frownie, just get it a little bit wet. Like I have this is spray. I just spray it. But you could just get it wet with water, just like get your fingers wet and rub it on the frownie on the shiny side. Okay. And then but I don't want you to do it now because we're gonna be doing gua sha. But at the end, if any of you want to stay on, I could supervise you putting it on or whatever. And then you're just gonna get a little bit wet, and you let it sit on the counter until it'll start to curl. And once it starts to curl, it's ready. And then you just stick it on like a sticker and just hold it there. And I would recommend putting it between your eyes, since I sent you one, and then sleep on it. And then wake up in the morning and you'll see. But yeah, I just hold it there for a while and you'll notice it just like a cast, it starts to harden. So that's brownies, okay? But
well, and Jessie, can I say one thing about the brownies?
Yeah.
A lot of people have asked me, because I mean, our friend Dana Moore, her friend, this is her family's company. And so I thought, I want to support her and I want to try this. And I have super, super sensitive skin to anything. I used to take allergy shots and all of that, and I am super sensitive. And you can see my forehead. I have never had any kind of negative reaction to them being on my forehead or around my eyes. So, and you see, I've got lines too, but I think mine are less. And we've been doing it, Jessie, since when?
What of that date? What I say? End of May.
Maybe. Yeah, end of May.
Brownies. They have different ones. So like the triangle ones that I just had on my forehead, they have for different types of, because at Christine, I saw you ask, like there's ones that you could even put here, like if you were to go to their website, which I'll include a link to their website and stuff, but you could try here. I've tried those a couple times, but those are a little bit weirder to sleep in, and I get like.
And if anybody wants a coupon code, do bundle 10 if you buy.
Well, Mom, remind me of that, and I'll include it when I email it out.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. But now we're gonna do a little gua sha. We're gonna do some gua sha. I'm gonna teach you the Empress ritual, and then I'm gonna show you. We're gonna talk about the dangers of Botox. We're gonna get there, and I have some fun testimonies I'm gonna share at the end if we have time. But if we don't, I'll put it in the ebook because I want to do some actual practicing with you. Okay. So it's time. You need to pull out your gua sha, your fractionated coconut or whatever carrier oil you have, and then your favorite oil of choice. Okay. And so there's so many different gua shas out there. Okay. This is the first gua sha that I ever had. The ones that I mailed out to you guys look very similar. The ones that doTERRA sold were like this. Now I've become a wildling groupie. This is my gua sha that I use now. This is like a bougie one, but I mean, I love it so much. And like the stone that it's made out of and things, it even helps with like EMF rays. I love it. But everything I'm teaching you can do with a gua sha like this too. So I'm going to teach you on this, but the Empress ritual comes from Wildling, and they talk about, it's free. You can sign up for a 21-day gua sha challenge. And for each day, for 21 days, this day one, they teach you the Empress ritual, and that's what they want you, like that's your foundation. So when we were talking at the beginning about habit stacking, do the Empress ritual, do that one every day if you can. And then the following days, they teach you different things. If you want to depuff your eyes or work on your smile or your, whatever these things are called, or you want to erase some lines here. I mean, if you have a headache, they teach you all kinds of different ways. Okay. So the Empress ritual. So the first thing you're going to do, I'm going to change my view so I see all of you. Alrighty. Okay. So put some of your carrier oil, and I have this slide. I'm going to show you some of the differences with different carrier oils too, but ultimately any carrier oil will work. If you have fractionated coconut oil, I really like jojoba oil. If you guys got one of the sample packs, and some of them I did jojoba oil and then yarrow palm. Some of them might have had yarrow palm and immortelle, or jojoba oil and immortelle. There's some sort of skincare oil in it. This is a brand that I like. If you want jojoba oil, Cliganic. I bought it on Amazon. I'll include a link, don't worry. But they sell like argan oil, rosehip seed oil. So, okay. So put some of your carrier oil in your hand and put like a drop or two of your whatever skincare oil you have, or if you have your serum, you're going to just put it all over your face, and I want you to put it on your neck and the back of your neck. Okay. So that's your task right now. Oil up. This is where having like that spa music would be really good right now. Good job, y'all. Good job. This is gonna help. I mean, not only is it gonna help your skin, but it's just gonna help the gua sha stone slide over your skin wonderfully. You're doing so good, guys. Take a drink of your beverage. Okay. And then when you're ready, hold up your gua sha stone. Oh, I see Gianna has the fun doTERRA one.
Mine's actually whimsy and wellness.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's a fun shop, you guys, to buy like fun bougie oil supplies too. So, okay. You guys all look beautiful. All right, so you guys, you see we have this U edge here, and then we have, you know, like a shorter edge and a longer edge. My wilding one, again, it's very similar. The U edge, short edge, long edge, this comb. This is like a fun, how can I get it so you can see? I don't know if you can see, like, this is a fun feature of the wildling one too. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we are going to start with the back of our neck. You're gonna take the U edge, and when they do videos, they're always like, U edge, and you're gonna go up. Well, I don't know if you can hear me. You're gonna go up, and each motion you're gonna do 3 times. You're gonna go up the back of your neck, like that. When you're holding this, also, you don't want to go perpendicular to your skin. You want to try and get as much of the gua sha on your body as possible. Okay, does that make sense? So you're gonna do 3 up the back of your neck. And then you're just gonna go around and you're gonna go all the way around your neck and do 3 swipes up before you just scooch around your neck, okay? And then they call this anchoring. Put your other non-hand holding the gua sha, you're gonna put it bracing right here just to help hold, and you're gonna go up. You're gonna keep going up. You're doing it, you're doing it. Okay, and then you're gonna take the U edge again. Oh, sorry, you don't do the U edge. You could have, I guess. Do like one of the other edges, like around here, sorry. But then once you get to your throat, just very feather light touch. I'm gonna lower myself a little bit. I feel like I'm on my tippy toes. You're gonna embrace, and then you're gonna go up your throat. So far, so good. Yeah, the U edge up your throat. So we did the U edge on the back of our neck, and then we did whatever edge is comfortable for you. The other are going around, and then on the throat, you do the U edge. And know that if you decide that you want to sign up for the 21-day challenge with Wildling, I mean, even if you go to YouTube and type in the Empress Ritual, like there's videos you can watch too. And maybe even that video I'll include when I do the replay so you can like watch it again. Because sometimes like when I first was learning, I would just watch it and do it along with them. Like you're doing it with me right now. Okay, so now still with the U edge, you're gonna brace your chin and you're gonna go all the way up. You're gonna do that 3 times. But if your body really likes how it feels, do more. It's okay. This is where it's just listen to your body. And you want to do like not like super hard pressure, but you want to. It'll feel good. It should feel good. So once you've done the jawline, and then you're gonna brace like right here around your nose, and you're gonna go under on your cheekbone, and then go just into your hairline. And do that 3 times. You're doing great, y'all. You're doing great. It feels so good if you're like getting sinus pressure. So thinking against Spokane and like the smoke. I don't know if you guys have been having sinus pressure. I know I would if that were the case. Diffuse Air-X, but then this would be really good. So once you've done the 3 there, then you're gonna do your eyebrow 3 times. Again, anchor with your opposite hand just to give it a hold. You see how I'm doing that? You're doing great. So each one of those movements you do 3 times, and then pick the long edge, and now you're gonna lift. And this you don't anchor for, and you're just gonna start down here by your chin. I'm like, what is this called? Your chin. And you're just gonna pull it up, and then just you're pulling up. Do that 3 times. And then don't anchor for this one. You pull it up. And then you're just going to keep moving around. And then you're going to pull up. And then you're just going to go above your eyebrow, pull her up. If you're using the wilding one, this is where you would use that comb edge. It's a little different, but still, again, we're getting wonderful results by doing this. You just keep going 3 times. I'm trying to watch all y'all. And see how my elbow's up? That's one of the things, like when you're doing, like keeping your elbow up, so it helps helps you get more of the gua sha, so it's touching your skin. Can you see how like it's touching for more surface area? And then go between your eyes. Good job. Look at those smiles. Isn't this relaxing? You're just like, you're gonna be ready to go to bed. You're gonna sleep amazing tonight. Okay, so we've done half of our face. I always think of the movie, you guys, it's gonna date me, The Other Sister. Did you guys watch that one? The Other Sister. Oh, it's a cute movie, but this gal, she goes to get a facial at like a department store, and they just do half of her face, or she gets her makeup done, and they're like, and it's like $300 the other side of the face or something. I felt so bad. Okay, so we've done half the face. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side of her face. So we start, we go, this for me, it's like, it can be awkward, you know, if you're doing your opposite hand, you know, like with your dominant hand, but you're going to do the U edge again. You're going to go up your spine 3 times. And then you're going to switch to the long edge. And then this is where you start bracing. And you're going to go up from the base of your neck to the base of your head. And then do it 3 times each. Does it feel good? Okay. And then U edge for going up your throat. Remember, just again to brace. And then once you've done that, then brace on your chin, and you're gonna do 3. Think about it. I usually do it like, I still use my dominant hand holding it. Now that I'm like, I just do it twisted. And then once you go along your jawline, you guys are all doing great. Then you're gonna do your cheekbone and this brace right around your nose, and then pull it up. Good job. Y'all doing awesome. Okay, and I see some of you are doing it like this. See how it's like, hold it like I'm holding it perpendicular to my skin? Try and hold it more flat. See what I mean? So as much, it's like, what did they say? Like it's a 65-degree angle or something like that. I don't know, but just it. So it's, you're getting more of the gua sha on your skin. Okay, then eyebrow. So take the U and go over the eyebrow. I feel like I do this one with my other hand. Yeah, I'm a lefty. And sometimes, like, I don't, do you guys feel like a little crunching when you go across your eyebrows and stuff? Like, that's where I get, but it's so good. Cypress is a great essential oil. If you're feeling congested, it's the oil of movement and flow. So if you were to do gua sha, like take some, a carrier oil and cypress, massage, like rub it on your face, and then do this gua sha on it. And it's going to just help so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we're going to do the lifting one. So this is where we don't anchor. So put your hand somewhere else, and then you're just going to pull up and then go into your hairline, pull up, hairline, do that 3 times. And then this is where you're just gonna work around your face, lifting. I think they have like a special word for this, but I don't remember what it was. You're swooping up. Doing so good. You're doing great. Just keep that gua sha at that, not at a perpendicular. Good job. And then go up the middle. Okay. And then make sure, okay, so I'm gonna like go to the side. So when I'm holding it, don't go like this. Don't do that. Okay. You want to like hold it flatter. Can you see this? And then pull up. Does that make sense? You're doing great. Okay. That was the Empress Ritual. You guys, like, as you get comfortable with it, like that didn't take long, right? And you can go, not that you want to rush through it, but if that is something, you know, let's say you've got, you know, a good supplement regime and like skincare, like washing your face already established, like start doing the Empress Ritual. That's what I would suggest. But hey, but if you start doing this daily, you're going to notice results. And those pictures I showed you, I don't know, from last spring, the Empress Ritual was pretty much rated. Then, okay, I'm going to show you another one. I'm really quick. So if you're take the edge, so I've got, you know, my wrinkles here. So I've got my 11s right here. If you were to take, this isn't part of the Empress. This is like one of the other trainings they've done. Okay. So what we just did, that was Empress. And before I go further, do you guys have any questions about the Empress Ritual? I'll pause right there.
Jesse, I just have a comment that when I was first learning how to use it, because the angle, I kept getting it wrong. And they just told me to remember that you are pulling. And so when you pull, it goes flat. When you push, you have more of an angle on it, and you don't want to ever push. You want to pull your skin. So, so that was just one little tip on one video I was watching.
Good tip. Okay, so that was the Empress Ritual. That's a great one. And then if you want to do something like the 21-day challenge or whatever, then you can like layer in other things. So this is one of the other things I've learned that's really fun, because we know I've got some wrinkles here, and I know I'm not the only one. So what you can do is you, like, let's say I wanted to work on this line here, just use your fingers to spread it apart. And then you're just gonna think like if you were erasing something, you know, on it, like on a piece of paper, you're just like going back and forth and just sort of break it up a little bit and then smooth it out. Smooth it out. So that's another one that I usually will do after my Empress. So then go to the other side, break it up. And this is where I'm just using like the edge and going over it. Which if you guys were looking in a mirror versus like looking at yourself, like I think you'll be able to see it easier, and then just smooth it out. So, I mean, you can do that wherever you see wrinkles, guys. So, and again, just like to pull it and then, and I'm just going along where my wrinkles are in that eraser motion. And then where else do I got some? Down there. Not as many since I've been doing this. I mean, seriously, like they are less. And then using our collagen, oh my Lanta. And then after you've like erased, then just remember to smooth it out. And it feels so good, I think. And that's where, if you ever do the wild, and like it's like to hold, that's where, again, you just use the tip and you erase, but then you use the comb edge to just do that. Okay. So that's some like practical homework for you. Now I'm going to show you a couple more slides, and we're going to do a few more things. Are you guys doing good? Okay, let's go back to these. Okay, do you all see where it just says, let's practice? Okay. Okay, so let's just really quick. And this is where I don't want to like throw out any form of judgment. I feel like being informed is really important. But I just want to share some of the dangers of Botox, because if it is something that someone chooses to do, they need to be informed about it though, right? Okay, so Botox stands for botulinum toxin. Okay, so we call it Botox for short. And 1 gram of, okay, so botulinum toxins is like botulism, which botulism, it's like, someone described it like, so like, I mean, it's like food poisoning, but not like when you go and eat like bad meat, but it's like if canned food or something goes bad, like if you were to can some stuff, but it's like a rare but really serious illness that is caused by this botulism toxin and attacks the body's nerves. And so that's like essentially what Botox is. But what do you think? And I'm just gonna, I left this like fill in the blank, but just with time, because I want to do some more like application stuff, I'm just gonna fill in the blanks for you. I'm not gonna have you get, but you could just like right now, I'll give you guess in your head, okay? But 1 gram of botulinum toxin can kill 1 million people, okay? And a gram, like I make sourdough, and when I do 100 grams of my sourdough starter, 100 grams of water, 100 grams of flour. I mean, a gram is like a potato chip, okay? So 1 gram of this botulinum toxin can kill 1 million people. It's the most deadly substance or neurotoxin. Remember I said that like botulism is like a nerve thing, okay? It's the most deadly substance known to man. And one of the things is, and this is where I've never gotten Botox, so I can't confirm, but what I've heard, okay, is that like because of lawsuits, like it was required that like the Botox companies put an insert in with the dangers, right? But then someone goes to a place to get a Botox service, and the person that's providing it, they open up the box, they toss the insert, and then they do the service. So the person still doesn't, and that's just what I've been told, you know, but I haven't, so I don't know if anyone there, I'm just throwing that along. Okay, so, but then this is a crazy, it said Botox is measured in a toxicology term. So it's not like measured in grams. So it's measured in a term called LD something, okay? So LD50, LD30, LD40, LD stands for lethal dose for mice. Okay, so again, LD50 would be the lethal dose to kill 50 mice. All right, so like if you were getting 50 units of LD50 of Botox, that'll be enough to kill 50 mice. Okay, so the FDA approval level for these units is 40 units. So LD40 is what the FDA said is okay for a person to have injected. So enough to kill 40 mice. I have had 1 mouse in a bed with me, and that is just too much. I can imagine 40 mice, you know. But most people, when they get Botox, they get 50 to 60 units. So LD50, LD60. So more than what the FDA recommends. Okay. The FDA approved Botox for cosmetic use around 2002 because, I mean, prior to that, it was used for medical reasons, and it still is used for medical reasons. Like I know of people that have gotten it for because they struggle with migraines or different neurological disorders and stuff. But regardless for the reason why someone gets Botox, that doesn't change the toxicity information about it. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to throw that out there. And then also, besides the fact of it's expensive, okay? So from what I've been told, again, I haven't had it, but I've told that like someone's gonna pay anywhere from like $300 to $600 per session of Botox, but you have to, it's not like a once and done thing. You have to keep going back because it goes away and you have to do more. So everything we're gonna talk about tonight, like it's gonna be less. I mean, even if it was $600, it's like this is stuff you're gonna use for a long time longer than, you know, so there's that. Okay. So this is just, we talked about carrier oils really quick. Does anyone have questions about Botox? I may not have the answer, but if you do, you could always like unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay. And I'm going to keep going, but you can always put in the chat. Okay. Because I want to get like showing you some other things. So this is just a slide about different carrier oils. So with doTERRA, we use fractionated coconut oil a lot. It's a great versatile one. I love jojoba oil too. There's sweet almond oil, argan oil, rosehip seed oil. So again, I'm going to send you these slides so you have them. Just depending on your skin type, they're different. Like maybe you would lean more towards argan oil versus jojoba oil. So that's where you could play around with it. Or some of the serums mix them. So this is where I empower you to like play around with it and pick some stuff that works well for you. Okay. This is a skin serum that I love that has jojoba oil, immortelle, yarrow palm. So, again, this isn't the only skin serum out there. In the ebook I'm going to send out to you, there's going to be other skin serum recipes too. So again, play around with it. This is a really fun gift to give people too. Thinking about like going to a bridal shower or something, making a fun skin serum for someone, and then give them a gua sha stone, you know? So, okay, so I'm going to stop with the slides again. We're going to talk about dry brushing. Okay, so if you happen to have a dry brush, you can pull it out. There's so many different dry brushes. I really want the Wildling one too. Some of them, you know, have a handhold. Some of them, you know, like this, or a long one so you can go to your back. So I'm gonna just do like a brief demo because I usually do this before the shower. But it's really, it's just, it gets your lymph moving, which is a really good thing. But what I want you to remember is you start from your limbs and then you work towards the trunk of your body, and you do it in slow motion. Or you do it in short motions. You can see what I'm saying. So if you have, you know, you could always try and like do this, but you're just gonna go around your body and you go whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, you go all around, okay? And then your feet, my desk, I could lower it. You do some stuff to help with your digestion with dry skin brushing too, okay? I'm just gonna stand back. So again, if you do your feet, you just start down low and then you do these motions all around, and your skin might get a little red. That's normal. You just go around and then you're just gonna go all. Okay, and it's really addicting to do. Okay, I'm speeding it up just a little bit. You go all the way around with the dry skin brush, okay? And then you can do it on your stomach. I'm like, I'll go up like this, up, and then with my back, I'll just go around. You can do it around your breast too, where you just like, and this will help get the lymph moving. You go around, and then you go under. Okay, and then you go around, you go under. And then with your stomach, if you go in a clockwise motion, which I don't know the Zoom if it's flipped or whatever, but if you go in a clockwise motion, it'll help with your digestion. Okay, but then my favorite thing when I'm doing gua sha with my body is this. Do you guys have the yarrow palm serum? Again, you can use any carrier oil, okay? I really like this, and sometimes I'll add in, so the yarrow palm serum, I was taught the serum is for your neck, like from here down, and then the yarrow palm now it's like in the dropper. This is the one that's like a 15 ml for your neck up, okay? So I'll just, when I get out of the bath or shower and I want to do body gua sha, this is what I usually reach for, and I just put it all over my body. Sometimes I'll add in like Meta Power or some other oil too, but just if you do this, it's going to be good, okay? Do you guys want to, this is where I don't know what clothes you're wearing. Do you want me to, so I want to do face yoga with you too. Do you just want me to tell you really quick about what to do? And we're going to do some face, I want to do face yoga with you. What do you think? Okay, let me show, okay, so imagine this. I mean, imagine it, you see it. And if you want to do it along with me, I'm just going to do it speedy. So the first thing you're going to do this is the U edge. You would go, oh golly, you would go again 3 times. Just keep that, like that's right. And sometimes you want to do it more, but you just go around the bottom half of your leg, okay? And it feels really, really good. One of the things that's cool too about, especially thinking of the body gua sha, is it helps with stuck fascia. And like, I know that for me, I have cellulite and like the dimples in my skin, that's just like stuck fascia. So if we can loosen that up, that will help smooth and even out our skin tone so that we don't have those dimples in our skin. And by doing gua sha, you can help break that up. And if you do it consistently, you can see some really cool results. You know, like if you have raw chicken, how like the top layer, you can like just jimmy and jiggle around. That's what we got here. So we want it, like if it sticks though, you want to loosen it up. And does that create a picture in your head? But then after you've done that, then you're going to take, so I have, okay, here we go. One of my other Wildling tools. This is the body gua sha, which again, you can do this stuff with your gua sha, but if you want to really just get into it, they have a body gua sha. So U edge, This wavy edge is a fun one. And then they have like the comb edge again. But then you would just go around, and this one, like with your body gua sha, I feel like you can do more, you do more pressure, because again, imagine that chicken. You want to like break it up. Okay, and then you just go all around your leg, and then this is the spot I want to work out. So I'll just go up and you just go over it, and it's gonna help. Like, just remember, the moral of the story is to try and break up so that your fascia is not sticking. Or if you have you know, like a tight IT band or something, or again, thinking of your fascia, you could take the pointy edge and just go over. I'm a lefty, I got this way. Like, you can go over any spot that's tight and just break it up. Think about when we did the eraser marks on your forehead, guys. Think about doing that with your stuck fascia, and then just flip it to the other side and then smooth it up. Okay.
And Jesse, I've been going to, for some of you who don't know, a lymphatic drainage massage PhD 3 times a week. And because I have 37 inches of scar tissue that she's working on from this last surgery. And Jesse, she uses, there is one that is like twice this long, and it's stainless steel, and it looks like a skinnier gua sha. And she goes in, and on every scar she does circles with it too.
There's so many different techniques out there and tools. It's awesome.
Yeah. And she also has me do dry brushing, and had me get a different one that my fingers, I don't know if you can see this, mine was like yours, but this is a handheld one, and that my fingers can go over, I'm trying to find the screen here, and grab it like this. And she has me dry brush before and after I do this for that scar tissue. So.
Okay. I'm going to show you, this is one more of my tools that I have. This is a scalp one that I bought, which I know some of you like are like me and have finer hair, and we've talked about wanting to have hair growth. This is one for your scalp, and they say if you do it 4 minutes a day, I think within 6 months you should have like your hair growth and thickness. So I've been doing this, which I could, again, if any of you want to stay on, I could show you some of those other techniques. I want to show you face yoga because it's a fun one. But I'm going to connect my phone, because there's an app I'm going to show you that you might want to get into, but we're going to do a face yoga exercise. Okay. So let me figure out and see if I can do this. I practiced earlier today and it worked. Okay. Okay. Boom. Do you see my phone screen? Yes. Okay. This app that's in the bottom right or bottom corner that says Lovely. It's a really cool app. I just learned about it recently, so I haven't played around with it a lot. And they have like a 3-day free trial, and so that's what I'm in right now. But I just thought it was so cool. I wanted to like pass it along because this might work well, because they have gua sha stuff on here and other things too. And you can do they like create a profile of certain areas of your face and body that you want to work on. So there's a lot here. Again, you can, if you want, but see, they have like face yoga for a toned chin. They have breathing exercises, different massages you can do. Along the bottom here it says face care. I was going to have you guys help me. We're going to pick, they have some meal plans. They have different workshops like double chin gone, ID prefer, smoother forehead, some different facial massages. But you see, face yoga. Okay, so do you guys want to do the turkey neck one? Or we could do yoga to shape the jawline, or top 5. They're all about 4 minutes, but I wanted to do that and then talk a smidge about supplements, and then we'll do the raffle. What do you think? Turkey neck, jawline, or the top 5 refreshing face yoga exercises? Top 5? Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna all do this together, okay? So are you ready? It's fun, and it's sort of like that robotic voice, which makes me giggle as we're doing it. So I'm gonna put this down so that I can do it with you. Are we ready? Let those jowls. Oops. Voice. That's my ponytail. So Lovely, they also, let me stop sharing. They have like a YouTube channel too, where you can do like some of their exercises. But the app I thought was sort of fun because it, you know, thinking if you're wanting to, I don't want you to leave this class feeling overwhelmed. Like there's so much you can do because there's so many things we didn't even talk about. But that's where I'm like thinking about a couple of things that you could do for your skincare, but the also like as we do skincare, it's self-care. And it's just, I think as like I'm looking at amazing woman on the screen here, and I feel like it's a way that we can care for ourselves that's going to help us be a better version of ourselves so that then we can help other people better. But it's important that we take care of ourselves too. So that's my moment there for you. I really quick, if you guys, I want to just mention a few of the supplements because you know how I won't even show you the slide because the slide will be in the ebook, but I just want to talk about the supplements for a second because like with my skin, like I 100% hands down, my skin cleared up, and it's not like, it's not the sexiest of stories, but that's where we need to retrain our thought and think supplements are sexy. Okay. Lifelong vitality. I mean, I feel like I preach that in every class. doTERRA's lifelong vitality was pivotal in not only my skincare, so many other things, but tonight we're talking about skincare. So LLV was huge. And if you haven't looked into lifelong vitality, that's like my favorite thing, my number one thing to recommend. LLV was huge in my skincare journey. I didn't realize at the time, but my skin was really affected by my hormones. I didn't know that. But once I started helping my hormones get all regulated, my skin cleared up. And so Clary Calm, that was an essential oil blend, but phytoestrogen and bone nutrient, those two have been huge for my skin. I didn't even know about bone nutrient when I first began, so I wasn't doing bone nutrient at the time, but LLV, phytoestrogen, and Clary Calm, that's, I mean, and then using doTERRA skincare products and stuff, like we have 3 skincare lines. They're all amazing. I love them all. But those supplements are huge. And then now in this last year, doTERRA's Advantage, which is our collagen supplement with like way more than collagen. We have a whole class all about like the MetaPower line, but the advantage was huge for so many reasons, like for my muscles and my joints, but like thinking of skincare, I mean, my skin, like just the texture and the feel of it has changed and improved. Like it's been really incredible and awesome. And just with firming up skin, because some people use collagen for skincare benefits, but it's like, just like our doTERRA essential oils, they're so much better than all the other brands out there because of so many reasons. Like we source them, they're actually pure, they're not adulterated, all this stuff. Same thing with our Advantage collagen product. And there's like 12 ingredients. It's not just collagen, okay? Then Terrazyme, it's one of my magic pills. Like when anything is happening in our skin, it's probably because something's going on the inside. So think of beauty from the inside out. Terrazyme is one of my favorites for skin issues when they pop up, or if you get like a rash or like some sort of allergic reaction, increase your Terrazyme because it's going to help your body break down and process whatever it is, drinking lots of water, flushing it out, adding in a citrus oil into your water. And then our probiotic, having a good probiotic to care for our gut is going to be huge. Okay. So that was like super condensed, but like I want to look at all of you in the eyeballs, and I want you to all look at me in the eyeballs. And I want you to look into doTERRA supplements seriously. And this is where you guys all have my contact info if you need to know more. I know some of you are using the supplements. I don't know if all of you are. So if you aren't and you need me to convince you more, reach out and I'll convince you. Okay. Our 3 skincare lines are phenomenal. I wanted to tell you too really quick about, we have sun care, a whole like sun care line with 5 products. This is phenomenal. I love all 5 products, but this is the one I use the most. It's the new face one that came out. I'm a firm believer in the power of like the good power of vitamin D. So I love getting vitamin D. But when we're in the sun for a long time, I know it's important to cover up. This face stuff is amazing. I've been using it this summer as a moisturizer. It goes on, like a little goes a long way. But also, you guys, it blocks blue light, which I didn't know that was a thing that sun care could do. And also our body lotion, like, I mean, it blocks from blue light too. So just know that, okay? And check it out because we all need, good job, Naya, showing her LLV. That's my girl. It's my niece right there. Good job, lady. Okay, we did the face yoga. It's raffle time, you guys. And the testimonies, again, once we're done doing the recording, if you want to see any of the testimony pictures, I'm happy to show them to you. But we need to do the raffle. There's another quote I wanted to leave with you too before we do the raffle. And this is, the guy's name is John Burroughs, I think is his name. But he said, the smallest deed is better than the greatest intention. Okay, I'm going to read it again. The smallest deed is better than the greatest intention. So pick something that you want to incorporate for your skincare regime. Maybe it's starting to do the Empress ritual. Try and do that every day. Okay. And for example, or maybe you want to do the face yoga and you like that better. Just pick something and it will build over time, and it's going to better versus like saying you want to do it all at once, because that's not realistic and it doesn't get done. Okay. So that's my soapbox there. Let's do our raffle. Okay. So let me stop sharing. Or am I sharing? I'm not sharing. Am I? No. I have a wheel with everyone's name, but this is for people that are on live. So
Just have a question.
Yeah, ask the questions and I'm gonna pull.
What do you do after all this? Do you just leave that on there?
Like, do you wash off the oil?
Yep. Some people even like do, instead of like face wash, they use, I haven't gone into oil cleansing, but yeah, this is what I do at night. So my routine is I do what I did with you guys, I do it at night. And so a lot of times I use it in place of moisturizer at night because it's, feels thick like a moisturizer. Thinking of if you're doing the morning and then like if someone want to put makeup on, I don't feel like your makeup would stay on the same way. So I think it's a good nighttime ritual. Wildling recommends doing it in the morning, which I see like it would be a nice wake up in the morning type thing, but at least with like the oils that I have used in the carrier oil, it's thicker that, so that's a good question. What other questions do you guys have?
Jessie, for more mature skin like mine, after my ritual, and I first wash my face before I do any of this so that I'm ready. And then after this ritual, that's when I put on my frownies. And then Yeah, and then with what skin is left, I put some of the essential hydrating cream on top of it just at nighttime. And then I use the daytime one in the daytime. But I do that one extra step of just everything else that shows outside of my frownies. I put a little bit more. And I use my little serum that has
Yeah,
my
so with frownies, like if you go to the frownies, like their Instagram, they have all kinds of tutorials too. I watch so many of those. But like wash your face, put toner on, and then you would put your frownies on like non-serumed skin. She says that if you were to put a moisturizer on and let it really soak in, then you could try and put the frowny on. Because that's what I sent you guys, a frowny, and I was like, oh, at the end of the class, we can all put them on. But your skin is like, I don't think it would stick. I tested it out, like I set a timer one night, and then I tried to put a frowny on and it held okay, but I want you to have a good first experience with your frowny. So maybe try it tomorrow night and send me a picture of you with your frowny on or something. So yeah, there you go. Good addition. I'm going to share my screen. Now I want you guys to check and see if you see your name, because I know that we had some last minute additions. Christine, your friend that's on with you, tell me, Jennifer. But look and see if you see your name. Or if someone's not here, like you need to be present to win. So is there someone's name on here that I should take off? I don't mean that mean. Just calling it, is Nancy here? Julie and Carlette, she your friend? Is Nancy here? No? Okay. Okay. Do you see it? Okay, so let's see. First thing we're going to raffle off is the Tea Tree Touch. Okay, so when you see it, okay, you can do like drum roll. Okay, so here we go. First person, Tea Tree Touch. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Congratulations. Okay. Cindy, can you write down like who won what? I don't want to forget.
yes.
Oh, I could stop. I'm going to stop recording though right now. If you're watching the recording, thank you for joining. I don't want to make you yearn that you're missing out.